things today.
Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It's a brand new, beautiful day in your life, whether you realize it or not. Today I have with me a group called the Ascended who want to talk about the truth about the wisest people, and I'm going to wait a few minutes before we get into that, because I know it's going to be very interesting and very exciting to have simple truths revealed to you, to all of us. We're very fortunate. Yeah, we are in a very wonderful time right now. Like right now, it's brand new in your life, whether you want to accept that or not. This day, this moment is brand new. And there's always a pathway from where you are to where you want to be. And you're not going to get there tomorrow, but you can get there by one step today. You know, for me, that step was a voice talking to me while I'm standing on the edge of a bridge in Toronto. For me, that step was a voice. For you, that step might be taking a deep breath. Because the goal is anything that can affect a positive change in you in some way, shape, or form. A kind word from a stranger. You start to care about your health. You start to monitor your thinking mind. Anything that we can do to move ourselves forward, anything you can do to move yourself forward, even right now. The simple act of a breath, by the way, you know, the simple act of one breath will change your life. Anyway, I'm standing on this bridge, maybe 44 years ago now. 44 years ago. And my guardian angel John speaks to me and says, don't jump. Get down, go to the payphone, call this phone number and ask for this man. And he gave me the name of the man, Terry O'Brien, a man who forever changed my life as a result of that phone call. And believe me, I'm on that bridge, and I thought there was no other place to go. But I remember thinking, if there's anybody that could help me now, I'm open to it. I remember thinking that for just a fraction of a second as my foot started to go off the ledge and out. And then hearing his voice go, stop. Like, stop. Not like a scary stop, but just stop. And I remember looking around and trying to see who was talking to me. And there's nobody there but cars whirring by, occasional horn honking at me to get down. I was oblivious to that. This voice starts speaking to me. Now, your breakthrough, your change might not come in the form of a voice speaking to you. But I want to tell you, there's always a voice speaking to you, always. Whether you're aware of it or not. There's a voice that speaks to you when you're going to drink alcohol that says, no, maybe I shouldn't do this. Anytime you're going to do something you know you shouldn't do, that voice speaks to you. You can call it your higher self. You can call it God. You can call it your guardian angels. Call it what you will. And by the way, there are many guides, there are many angels, there are many deities that you can connect to. And you can learn how to find out what those are for you. But in any moment of your life, wherever you are right now, there's a way to move into a direction that's better than the one you may be experiencing, or even better than the one that you're in right now. Because a lot of you are probably having some really amazing lives. And you can make it even more amazing without too much effort, but with consistent effort. That voice did not result in an immediate change in my life. I went through an additional 30 years, 35, 40 years of struggle emotionally, mentally, physically. And when they started speaking to me about 5 years ago fluently, and they started communicating information and knowledge to me, by they, I mean my guides, my angels, ascended masters, other multidimensional beings, when they started speaking to me 5 years ago, it completely changed my life. And they said, by allowing us to communicate the wisdom and the knowledge that we have through you, you can ensure that other people don't have to wait 35 years to awaken themselves from their suffering. You do not have to wait for 35 years struggling to overcome your addictions, your mental dysfunctions, your limitations, your self-doubt, your fears. I'm all about allowing information to come through that will give you the opportunity to transcend your fears and your suffering and your uncertainty, because you did not come here to this world to suffer. And I get told this again and again, and they often say that again and again through me. You did not come to this world to suffer. You came to this world to learn to create. And that's mind-blowing if you think about it. That you didn't come here to suffer. You actually came here to learn to create. And if for those of you that are watching the channel, you can go onto my YouTube channel and you can look at some of the live events that have happened previously, and even some of the live videos or some of the videos that are recorded there, and get a wealth of information about the subject of what you're here for and how to create and what you're all about. There's a wealth of information. And the reason I have these live shows 4 times a week is because that's what they've told me to do. They said it takes at least 4 or 5 consistent efforts in your life every day to begin to make compounding changes, they call it, compounding changes. And it starts off simply, right? It starts off simply. You have to look at your body, because your body can't lie to you, right? This is something that's been becoming very loud and clear over the last few months. Your body is incapable of lying to you. People can lie to you, but your body will never lie to you. It's incapable of lying. You can manipulate the body into trying to suppress the truth. Like you can pretend to have a certain look on your face, but inside you can feel the body. You can't ignore the truth of what your body's telling you. So health became one of the gradual things that I worked on over a number of years, learning how to eat live food and how to change different things, the amount of water I consume. And more recently, in the last 5 years, especially since I've been getting guided from the beings I get guided from, learning how to be really clear about the thinking processes, learning to make the distinction between who you are. Yep. Yes, I will. They're just telling me that we'll be getting started with them shortly. But there's an important distinction you have to learn to make between your body, your mind, your emotions, and your awareness. You need to learn to make that distinction so that you can begin to evaluate where each one is operating. If your body's not feeling good, you're feeling sluggish, you have certain conditions that aren't comfortable for your body, then your body's trying to tell you that it needs something from you. It needs something from you that it's not getting, whether it's a type of food, a mineral, whether it's sunshine or water. Your body will not lie to you, but anytime there's something not right with it, it's trying to communicate to you. A heart attack, for example, they know what it is medically speaking, but it's literally you attacking your heart. It's you not providing the right substances for the body to ensure that it will function optimally. You're pouring sand in the gas tank. And you don't want to be doing that. And there's a very simple tier. Yes, I will. So we're going to kind of begin this. We're going to flow into this because this is what happens for me sometimes. Is information I can somewhat keep it back for a certain period of time, but this is really simple, and it's about a truth about the wisest people, and it's really something we all need to understand, because you are, whether you know it or not, you are one of the wisest people. Like you literally are. You are, whether you know it or not, even in your darkest turmoil or your highest bliss, right? You have within you a wisdom that spans eternity. You have within you a wisdom that spans eternity, which is why it can be so frustrating for you sometimes when you are in your difficulties and you know there's a solution, but you cannot seem to find the solution, but you always know there is a solution, don't you? Every one of you, in your most disparaging moments, you can still know there is a solution. I just don't know what it is. And yet the solution is with you and within you. And it is in you because it is in everyone. The wisdom of all knowledge, which spans eternity, is within each and every one of you. And what bars your way to having access to that infinite knowledge? The wisest people in your world, your great healers and teachers and mentors, have opened a doorway within themselves through which they allow information to come to them, and they go to acquire information. Because the door has two ways to it. You can go through the door and be amongst that infinite information. And you can also have the door open and receive that information as you are right now. In your open ears, you are receiving that information from an infinite spectrum of information, knowledge, wisdom, and truth. And what is the distinction between your wisest individuals and you who might think that you are not good enough, or you who don't believe you know enough, or you who don't believe you're going to get it right? What is the difference between you and the wisest individual? The distinction is where and how you utilize your awareness, how you utilize your mind and the information that your mind contains, which is an infinitesimal fragment of what we are speaking. That your mind, the identity or personality that you have constructed or has been constructed on your behalf by your senses and the world around you, is a very small fraction of the available information to you, which is why so many of you feel small, not because you actually are small, but because you're holding on to small information. And you think it's the whole of it. You think that what you know is the whole. It is all you know is what you know. And this is not true. There is an infinite spectrum of information available to you. And the wisest among you have cracked that door open. And some have opened it fully and completely. And they can speak to you from that place. And words can come through them. And even they themselves say, wow, that was really amazing what was said today. I'm quite proud of that information that I shared with people. Some of them will actually say that to themselves. But in truth, they received it. Inspiration, innovation. These are manifestations coming through the crack of the door to the infinite spectrum of cosmic information, of which you may begin to avail yourself. You may begin to avail yourself of that spectrum of information beyond the littleness of what you think you know, because you know, you know very little in truth, in your own mind. You have access to an infinite potential, but you have access to very little in what you think you know in a single lifetime. You have many lifetimes of information stacked upon each other, of which you only glimpse the first layer. Where you are hearing these words right now, you're only glimpsing the first layer of what you think you know or what you've been taught to believe. They're but small layers in a deep sedimentary of infinite knowledge, experience, and wisdom accumulated even just from this physical existence. The lifetimes you've had compared to what you think you know in your little mind is far, far beyond what your little mind now knows. But your little mind is not who you are, nor are all the lifetimes that you have experienced, although they loan themselves to incrementally leading you to the place of which we are speaking, where that doorway opens and you can freely and intelligently receive information that is based in realities that you may not even understand, and certainly based in practicalities that will enable you to create a much different manifestation for yourself in this physical dimension than the one that you are currently familiar with. So the only littleness about you is the belief that what you think and feel is all that you know, that what you remember in your little mind is all that you know. This is what keeps you stuck in the little man. And yet there are simple ways you can begin to at least look for that door. And the way you begin to look for that door is you've got to step out of the room that you're in. And what we mean by that is that your room, in this metaphor that we are speaking, is the personal structure of information that you've acquired from this physical dimension. That you've acquired a personality composed of limited information. And you're in the room of that personality. Your awareness is in there, and all you see is what you've experienced and remember and have been told to hear. The sights, the sounds, the smells, the touches, the tastes, all of these things in the little mind, in that little room. And first you need to step out of the little room. We are honored and privileged to work through this one to guide you on that journey. But you must step out of the room of what you know, because everything outside of what you know is available to you in the fashion in which you need it. As each of you are unique individuals in the manifestation of consciousness, and so the information that you or another may receive will be unique and distinct to the function and form of the purpose that you have chosen to execute in this physical dimension of creation. But you must step out of the room of what you know into the realm of the unknown. And in the realm of the unknown, all else exists in terms of wisdom and knowledge. Some of your wisest ones will call it reflection. They reflect upon what's in their mind. They evaluate it. They seek to know if this function of thought or idea in the mind is what it is and what its effects are. They've taken the first step, the process of evaluation of thought, of observation of thought, of observation of memory, of observation of what the body is sensing. That process of observation allows you to open the door from your little mind to step into the doorway. At least you begin to now look at the little mind. And in that process of looking at it, you begin to step out of it slightly. And if you can remain in that position of observational awareness, you'll establish a foothold away from being stuck in the room of what you know exclusively. And you can begin to move your awareness from the known towards the unknown. Another feature of your wisest individuals is to learn to listen, to be open and receptive to new ideas, whether those new ideas be from other humans that have different elements of information with them, or if that's the information of the infinite spectrum of information coming in as inspiration or new ideas. And so these two positions of observation and listening, being open and receptive to new ideas and possibilities, those two single steps alone loan themselves to the individual being able to be aware of more than what they know in their little mind. Even your wisest ones will say, my mind is very small. There is something much greater than I am. And they get into a pursuit of that. They begin to pursue that otherness. And so you can understand then that the positioning of your awareness, which can be very easily managed by any one of you, that you can be aware you have a hand, and that is an observational position that you take, that there's you and the hand. The same process of awareness exists also in your observation of the thoughts in your mind. There is your awareness, and then there is a thought about your upcoming meeting, or whether your mother is still in consciousness alive, or whether your body is going to be okay in the next few months, or whether your dog will be all right, or whether you will find that there are opportunities that are just around the corner for you and that you need not despair. This realm of observation opens the door to other possibilities. But you must be in a place of observational awareness first and foremost. In that position, you may be disturbed at first to find that you have many thoughts and ideas and beliefs and memories that do not serve you in the function of your own freedom, but keep you attached and bound to emotional qualities and perceptions of belief that restrict you and limit you to them themselves. That is what those beliefs and emotions that you think are who you are. The moment you believe that I am this emotion, I am this thought, I am this belief, then you are in the little mind, bound only by the littleness of that which it is. But in the moment of observation, oh, I have this emotion that's very angry that I'm observing. Oh, there's that angry emotion that I'm observing. There's that frustration. There's that sadness. I am observing it now. Now you move into the realm of being able to become aware of the difference between what you are and what your little mind is. And in that slight difference of observation, you begin to move yourself away from the unfortunate, sometimes, subjectivity that the little mind can present you with. That movement and awareness, the first, if we could use the term, primordial step in your consciousness, from the simple perception of your organic brain and body to the perception of an awareness observational to the brain, the emotions, the memories, the body. And in that place of observational awareness, you begin to rise up from subjectivity to that perception. Like a great hot air balloon, you call them, and you drop the weights of the sandbags off them, and you begin to rise up, observing the earth below you. It does not seem so big anymore. And as you observe your thoughts and memories and emotions and observe them, you are rising up from them, rising up from the ashes of the little mind. And so your wisest ones have learned to do this. And you are, in essence, equal or greater than they when you understand how to articulate this understanding and incorporate it into your functioning of being while you exist in this dimension of creation. Now, this observational awareness differentiates you by day and degree as you learn to practice the intention of this more deliberately. Then you will also begin to become open. Then what else, if these ideas, these thoughts, and these emotions cause me to suffer and limit me, what else is there? What else can I observe that might give me a different perception of myself than the little mind does? Because the perception of yourself from the perspective of the little mind is very small. But in your observational awareness, your perception of yourself, whether you know or not, begins to expand beyond the little mind. Just the function of observation begins to expand you beyond your little mind. Just observation. There is sadness. There is rage. There is hope. You begin to observe and you begin to move beyond the littleness of your mind. In this position of observation, you move into the realm of being able to change what is in the mind, while simultaneously beginning to consider new possibilities. If this thought makes me feel such as I feel, is there another thought that I could think that might create a different feeling? You might consider that possibility. And when you begin to consider, are there other things other than what my thinking mind has within it that I could think or consider? What are the possibilities outside of what my little mind has that can loan themselves to giving me a very different experience of what I am? You may consider that question. And in so considering that question, you begin to open yourself up to the possibility of new information, whether that information comes directly to you from the source of infinite potential and knowledge, or that may come to you in the form of a human being that knows more than you, or a book or something that is more than what you think yourself to be. It will happen to you the very moment that you do this, the moment you begin to step back from what your mind, your little mind, and your memories and your emotions keep you bound to them, and you step back from them. That stepping back and observing, oh, there's sadness, there is depression, there is frustration. I'm aware of it. And it causes my body to do this, or it causes my body to do this, or these things cause things in my body. And as you step back to observe, you can, well, if this emotion of sadness caused my body to do this, what then if I do this with my body? If I change the function of the body from the way it was to something different, then you begin to tinker and explore with what you have in your little mind. Now you begin to become a bit of an architect. And your wisest ones in this world are architects over their own mind. And as such, that's changing all the time. They modify, evaluate, change thoughts, perceptions. They learn to change and alter the function of their body as a consequence of the changes in thought that they institute, because their awareness allows them to consider other possibilities than the ones that they know in their little mind. And as they gain momentum in that application of awareness, this other door begins to open in their pursuit to know a little bit more about why I feel this way or think this way. They reason. And then another door opens and a new thought comes into their mind, an inspiration. And it often happens in the very moment when they least expect it. They'll be speaking to you. They speak before many. We watch your wise ones and what they're doing, and they speak before many. And even as they're speaking, they wonder and marvel at the words that will come out through their consciousness. They said, that was a really good idea. I wonder where that came from. And it came from the same place that all information is contained within even your little mind, is contained within the infinite spectrum of limitless information. And they will even write things down because they think that was such a great idea. And they are wise, not because they are wise because they are humble. They have opened themselves up to this infinite potential that will repeatedly and consistently begin to come to you as you now begin to become the architect over what your mind and your body are thinking through the simple function of being aware that, oh, I'm aware that if I drink this substance, I do not feel so good. Awareness. Your awareness is separate and distinct from your little mind. And until you realize that distinction between your little mind and your awareness, you are bound by the littleness of the mind. You will feel trapped in a cycle of emotion and thought that's been perpetuated for some of you for many lifetimes, for some of you for many decades, for others for many years, some for just moments. It is unique to each of you, after all. But you can find yourself bound in that. You will know this because you will feel trapped. And you only feel trapped because you are in the little mind as if it is you. And the little mind is not you. But once you start to observe the littleness of these emotions or these thoughts, and you observe them, oh, these thoughts, they are not me, but they are in my mind. My little mind has these thoughts in them. I'm aware of these thoughts now. They're very disturbing thoughts. I don't like them, but I'm observing them now. Even though I don't like them, I can observe them. And in that mere process of observation, you begin to liberate yourself from the little mind. And it's remedial ways of eliminating your suffering through the body, as when you are bound by the suffering and entrapped by your little mind, you will seek the pleasures of the flesh, the sensation of this feels good or this feels better. When you do not know how to get out of your little mind and you're trapped in it, and it is so uncomfortable, you will find little pleasures, your addictions. You will find many little things to escape your little mind, oftentimes through the body. Something tastes good, something feels good. But you are still trapped then into the body and into the little mind. So you're trapped in your body or you're trapped in your mind. You're in this cycle of the mind, the body. Emotional pain, physical pleasure. And you run back and forth from one to the other. Your functions of addiction are like this. This one knows it very well. We observed him for many years going through that process. And now you find yourself considering, well, if that's what I am doing, then if I am aware of this, then I am not this that I'm aware of. If I'm aware that I've got this desire to eat this substance or drink this substance or consume into my body this substance that I know is not good because I'm trying to feel good, then that is defeating the purpose. That does not make me feel good, but temporarily. In your position of observation, the moment you begin in the function of the little mind, where emotions can be quite debilitating and distracting at times, and you're able to observationally say, oh, there's that emotion of rage. I'm aware of it. There's that emotion of sadness. I'm aware of it. I'm not the sadness, but I'm now aware of it. Most of you still believe I am sad. I am angry. I am helpless. You are believing that you are the emotion. You allow your awareness to identify as that emotion. And so you become lost in it, thinking that is who you are. But emotion is simply the substance of energy for the manifestation of creation in this physical dimension. It is what it is. And so your wisest here in this world have learned this function of awareness. Some of your wiser individuals, the one you would call the Buddha, would say to become non-attached, which is simply saying, I am aware of these thoughts. I am aware of these emotions. I am aware of these memories. I am aware of them. I am not them. They are not me, but I am aware of them. And these things affect how I can create in this world. And that place of detachment from the information. And your Buddha, of course, understood naturally this is what happens when your awareness gets sufficiently disconnected from subjectivity to the little mind. When that happens sufficiently enough, there's this door behind you. You don't know it, but you're backing up into it. As you pull away from the little mind, you're backing up into this doorway of infinite information. You bump into it accidentally, and new ideas, like being here with us right now, for example, new opportunities as you step away from your identification with the old self, the little mind, and begin from the position of awareness to begin to reorchestrate that information, become the architect of it. And in that position of detachment, you are not in the world of the world, you are aware of the world, the little mind. And there's this in-between place that you are now in, where you know nothing but have access to everything. The Buddha understood this very well when he said, I am nothing and everything. And in that nothingness, everything is available to you. In that place where you're not bound to a single idea that I am this way or I'm that way or this is who I am, or when you are not bound by a single function of belief or idea, you become detached from it and connected to something other than that. And only your experience of the process can loan you to the understanding. You must experience the movement of yourself from the little mind to awareness, to that place where you can become and be open and receptive to the infinite spectrum of information, wisdom, knowledge, and truth. You must learn to make this move from what you know to what you do not know. And let us say again that what you think you know in your little mind is but a speck of dust on a beach, even your smallest beach. Your mind is like dust. But you, on the other hand, are far greater than that little mind, but many of you believe that you are the little mind. It's what precipitates much of your suffering and your endless cycles of lifetime after lifetime, repeating the same thing, some of you for many dozens of lifetimes. And until you get to this place of awareness where you are able to consciously and deliberately step back, observe, and all of your wisest will say these words to you in their words. We say them to you in our words. But that mere first step, that this emotion that I'm aware of, I am aware of, but I am not the emotion. I'm aware of the emotion. That simple function in and of itself begins to break your enslavement to the conditioning of the little mind by this environment. And let us communicate to you that there is a very clear and deliberate attempt on this planet to subjugate and enslave and entrap all of you in the little mind. And it's doing a very good job. You notice your sickness and your disease, both of mind and body, increasing. Your functions of behavior towards each other becoming more ineffective at bringing you together in a cohesive whole. And there's a concerted effort to keep you in your little mind, in your little fears, in your doubts. And it does not matter why that is. It matters that you understand that you do not have to be so. That the first step of observational awareness begins to move you out of the room of your little mind over which these dark ones have some control and authority over you. And we say dark ones because from the function that we exist on, that life is an incredible function of creation without bounds or without limits on all dimensions, all planes. These ones believe that it is not, that there is only this dimension, there is only this world, there's only what you know with your 5 physical senses, doing you a great disservice from connecting to or understanding the manifold spectrum of dimensional consciousness, the existence of other life in other realms of perception, of which there are infinite numbers of that also. But if you cannot differentiate yourself from the little mind that you've been given, because you have all been given a little mind, and they've ensured very carefully that you believe you are that little mind. They give you a label for that little mind, and you believe that the label is who you are, and everything that they feed into that label through your physical organism, you come to believe that you are that little mind, and now you're trapped. But we offer you a simple way. We speak and we teach through this one and others, that you might find the freedom that is truly what you are. Freedom is not something to be found in the world. It's what you become in liberating yourself from the little mind. And your wisest ones understand this 2 simple steps. Observational awareness. You are awareness. Observational awareness. That first step begins to let you recognize, I am not this emotion. I am not these thoughts. I am awareness, aware of them. And most you will discover, if you pursue what we are suggesting with great diligence, you will discover most of what you think and feel in your mind was not even of your own choosing, that it has been given to you to think and believe and therefore feel and experience your world as you experience it, each and every one of you. You've been given a personality construct that binds you to certain limitations that are illusionary, and that in observational awareness you step away from that enslavement to the little mind, and you begin the process of awakening, which is what we advocate through this one. Awakening. Awaken. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You have them. They've been given to you by your world, but you are not them. You are not even the name that was given to that body. You are something very unique, which you must discover. But observational awareness is the beginning of awakening. It is the beginning of awakening. And your wisest have already done this. They know they are not their thoughts. They utilize a realm of thoughts and information far beyond the little mind that they once had as well. For even your wisest ones had a little mind. Even your wisest ones had little minds. And they too became free of it. And you find yourself in this position now, hearing these words from us, and we invite you to join us in awakening, awakening yourself, awakening your world, restoring your experience of being to what it naturally is, and not remaining subjective to what it unnaturally isn't. Just a simple evaluation, and you can do this right now, the evaluation of where have most of the thoughts in your mind come from. That's a very interesting question to ask your observational awareness to consider. Where have most of the thoughts in your mind originated? And you will be sober in the realization that most of what you're considering in your mind is not even yours. Even the structure of language, whatever language you are speaking, is given to you from this world. Certain individuals gave you thoughts, ideas, information, perceptions that formulated a structure of the little mind. And then if you can go a step further and say, well, if all of these thoughts in my mind are not mine, then what thoughts would I like to be mine? What thoughts would I like to be mine? And in observational awareness, you are out of the little mind. And when you ask a question that's outside of the little mind, an answer will come from a different place. If these are not my thoughts, then what thoughts would I like to think? Oh, you bump into the door now. The door behind you opens and a trickle of information comes in. I might think that I'm actually better than I have been believing. Maybe I'm not such a bad person after all. Maybe I can do amazing and wondrous things in this world. Perhaps I can do more than my mind is telling me I do. That my mind says to me, my little mind says, oh, I don't want to get up. It's a terrible world. And you are stuck in the little mind. And you say, as observational awareness, I'm going to decide it is a brand new moment. I'm going to rise up out of this bed. I'm going to choose that thought. And now you begin to detach from the little mind and you begin to gain access to your own creative potential with the full measure and weight of an infinite spectrum of available information that will aid you in the process of your unfoldment, of your liberation from your little mind. And we leave you with this simple thought that the mere recognition that you are aware of your thoughts and you are aware of your emotions would clearly indicate that you are not your thoughts and you are not your emotions. Because you are aware of them, you are something different than they are. We say gratitude to you who come to hear us speak through this one. And we will be here for a little while longer to address considerations that you may have to pose. Good morning, everybody. Well, that's my morning with the Ascended, and that's your morning with the Ascended. I'm really grateful to see all of you here. Yeah, how are we doing here? Yeah, that's great. Got a super chat here. I was going to ask a question. Thank you for the super chat, Amanda. I was going to ask a question, but I am so thankful for the message today. I have my answer. You know, that happens a lot when people come here or they book a reading with me, their guides, their angels, the Ascended Masters. The process of getting a reading with me is you book your reading, half hour or 1 hour reading, and you have 10 pre-prepared questions. You don't send the questions to me. You just write 10 questions that you want to ask down. And almost every single time when people bring those questions, usually about halfway through the reading, those questions are all answered because there's a realm of information that's coming through that's far beyond what we know, what I know personally, and what you know personally that you get access to, right? There we go. But thank you so much for that super chat, Amanda. Really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, you can use the super chat feature. If you got a question you really want answered, you can use the PayPal link on my Linktree link on my TikTok bio or below any of my live videos that have been more recently done. I've begun including the Linktree link there, so any of you can get access to asking a single question. If you have a private question, you can ask a private question and state, though, if you want your question not to be answered live, then please make certain that you leave in the notation when you submit your question private, and then you'll receive a private answer from whoever is going to give you that answer through me, right? Someone is saying a speck of glitter in an ocean full of happiness. Yes, that's true. It's what you are as a soul, really, truly are. Have I made contact with my husband? And is I'm not even going to answer that question. Sorry. Have I made contact with my future husband? And is he, yeah, I'm not going to answer that question. That's a ridiculous question. Ridiculous question. Ridiculous. In case you don't know, it doesn't work. It didn't work from the beginning. You were lied to by your governments worldwide. You were lied to by the World Health Organization. You were lied to. And now the same companies that created the thing that's now created massive myocarditis and many other things, all these companies now are now creating treatments for the conditions they created with the very thing that doesn't work in the first place. And that's now a matter of public fact. And you can check it for yourself. Anyway, ridiculous question that you would be stuck in your little mind like that. Mind panics and tries to grab what's familiar, breaking away from conditioning takes consistency. Yes, it does. Absolutely. It really does. It takes a lot of, it's only been the last 5 years that I've actually gotten out of my little mind, thanks to my guides, my angels, the ascended master, my guardian angel, John, Master Jesus, Buddha. These beings have provided me with such wisdom and knowledge, and they teach it throughout our masterclass program. They come and they teach through me what you're hearing the ascended say. They teach this, how you can go, and they teach you simple ways. Go sign up for our upcoming masterclass series, Masterclass 101 Awakening. You'll connect to the guide, you'll connect to the ascended. You'll connect to the divine collective. You'll connect to Master Buddha, Master Jesus, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael for healing. Like, we are not alone in the cosmos, contrary to what even the brightest minds on the planets will say. Implications for realizing that, I mean, think of it. Most people are afraid of an ant or a fly coming to their house or a spider. Most people are afraid of the simple life forms on this planet. Do you think the Galactic Federation wants to reveal its community members to you? Do you think they want to reveal themselves to humanity when people are willing to kill and maim an insect because they don't understand it's a unique life form? If you ever met the insectoids or you ever met the reptilians, some are good and some are bad, how would you react to them? If you scream when a spider comes in your house, and a simple little spider comes in your house, or a snake or an alligator, and you're freaked out by that life form, it's a different consciousness, it's a different intelligence. And yeah, they might want to eat you or bite you or hurt you. Yeah, sure. But they're just doing what they're programmed to do. And you have to have compassion for that. That's why people have animal rescue things. They have compassion for these other life forms. Very fascinating. Good morning. Hello from South Africa. Good to see you. Have I made? Yeah, we're gonna. Let's see. Mute that account for now. Yeah, I returned to work on Monday. Am I safe at workspace, or are these fears for my safety just anxiety? Yes, the anxiety is connected to the possible outcomes that the anxiety will manifest. Every emotion that we generate in our bodies, and they tell me this all the time, William, Emotion, my guardian angel John told me this 5 years ago. William, emotion is the fifth state of energy. It is the substance that every human being has access to. It organizes molecules, solids, liquids, gases, and behavior. The entire physical dimension is orchestrated by emotional energy, of which every human has a small connection to. So yeah, your anxiety, if you want to shift the energy of your anxiety, going back to what the Ascended were saying earlier, observational awareness, observe the anxiety. You can change the energy of an emotion. And you can come and learn to do that. Just by learning how to, the way you interact with your emotion can change it. Oh my God, I'm afraid, will keep it afraid. If you suddenly say to the emotion that you recognize, oh, I'm observing this emotion is anxious, it's afraid. And you say to the emotion, it's okay. I'm with you. I'll take care of you. You're perfectly safe in all times, in all spaces, because I love you. You learn to observationally communicate differently with your little mind, your emotions, than the way the world has taught you to. Once you go into observational awareness, you start to break out of the little mind. That function of observation begins to break you out of the little mind. That's what starts to happen. And it's a beautiful thing when that starts happening. When you do it consistently and repeatedly, suddenly you're not your mind, you're not your emotions. You have a mind, you have emotions, you can use them. Our 101 masterclass will really drive that home for you. That one, you're not alone. There are beings and entities that will work with you through love and grace, not fear, power, and control. Jesus Christ was a spiritual medium. John the Baptist was a spiritual medium. Master Buddha is a spiritual medium. Every great mystic, Yogananda, were spiritual mediums. They tapped into the infinite spectrum of limitless potentials, and they brought that information through to all of you because they understand the mechanism of connecting to the infinite source of potentialities. And so that position, you want to come and get engaged in a process where you're learning to wake yourself up. Go sign up for the masterclass. It's a 3-week program. And our 102 masterclass is on literally liberating yourself from your mind completely. 101 is about awakening, where you begin the process of realizing I'm awareness. I can control my thinking mind and my body. I can begin that process. And over 3 weeks, you're taken meticulously an hour every day through a process of one form or another that wakes you up, puts you into experiencing things that are unfamiliar to you, so you learn new things, because things that are unfamiliar to you usually mean you're a little anxious about them because you don't know anything. But you get to experience the things that you don't know, so that your experience of what you do know expands. So you get to expand your consciousness from the subjectivity of what your little mind currently believes it is. It's funny, they've never used the term little mind before. It's the first time I've heard them use that term, so I like it, so I'm going to use it. So yeah, you want to get into an environmental learning event, an environment of learning where you will experientially be able to go day by day, 6 days a week, 1 hour a day, incrementally learning and practicing with other students, how to connect to your guides, how to connect to your angels, how to understand your mind. And I have the privilege and honor of being able to channel the Ascended Masters 3 times every week. The classes run from 1 to 3 hours, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And they teach a lesson, and they then bring us energetically through a meditation that helps us bring that vibrational lesson into the architect of your mind and body, download the frequencies of it into the body. But it's a really fascinating and exciting experience. And I invite you all to come. Go sign up. Don't waste any more time being stuck in your little mind. So many people go through years. I did it myself. I went through decades of suicidal thoughts, anxiety, depression, the back, the forth, addiction, substance abuse, you name it. I went through it. And I'm honored and privileged to be able to bring this information through to you so that you don't have to go through 45 years of wondering if your life is ever going to become something more. Because you are unique in this manifestation of creation, and you need to realize your own uniqueness and learn how to operate your mind and body differently than the way your world has taught you to. And again, when they started speaking to me, my whole world opened up. I mean, I see worlds of fairies. I see things that I talked to Master Jesus. I mean, 7 years ago, I thought, talk to Jesus. Yeah, Jesus said, no, now I am humbled by these beings that come to me. And they what I do under their instruction. We go live 4 days a week. Hundreds and hundreds of hours of wisdom and knowledge given away through this live show every week. And it just seems to improve and increase the information, the wisdom, and knowledge. Because that's what happens when you get familiar with a new way of being, new things start to happen for you. But yeah, I'm humbled to be able to be a spiritual medium for that. And the truth is, every one of you is a spiritual medium. But in your little mind, you can only have what's in your little mind. In your little fears, your little uncertainties, that's all you have because you're holding on to them. You're stuck in them. But it's not who you are. You're not your emotions. You're not your fears. You're not your thoughts. You have them. And if you learn this and wake up, your life will change in the most wondrous way. You're not here to suffer. You're here to learn to create. Every one of you are here to learn to create. It's such a fascinating thing, isn't it? Isn't it? Golden Child is asking, can we ask Spirit for a specific frequency when we need help? Example, frequency of love, frequency for guidance. If so, how? If so, how do we ask? There's 2 steps. And they've talked about this many times. You can go to my YouTube channel and watch previous live events or other videos that are on my YouTube channel, William Michael Forbes. Go, I think there's in my Linktree link, it'll take you to my YouTube channel. And that explanation is given, but quite simply, first you've got to get detached, or as Buddha says, unattached from your thinking mind and your memories and your biology. And you do that through a process of teaching your mind and body to be still and quiet. You know, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this quite extensively, but you don't have to go through thousands and thousands of dollars to learn this. You can, for a couple $100, you can come to our master classes and learn the exact same thing at an equal level to that. Seriously, I kid you not. But the 2 steps are this. Number 1, observational awareness, becoming aware of your thoughts, aware of your emotions, and recognizing, oh, I'm not those thoughts. I'm not those emotions. That's step 1. Step 2 is to consider, if I could feel a feeling of love or excitement or joy, how would that feel? And then be patient, and you'll feel the reaction and response. Your guides, your angels, the infinite potentiality will react and respond to that. But what most people do is they ask their little mind, what does love feel like? They ask their little mind, what does love feel like? And the little mind might say, well, love feels like sex, or love feels like, oh, when I have that favorite dessert. Your little mind will give you what the little mind has experienced before. So you'll know the difference, because when you ask for a vibration of love, and I'm asking for it right now, I'm asking for that vibration of love to be transmitted to all of you right now, in whatever way, shape, or form that you can receive that vibration of love. I'm transmitting it to you, through me, from this infinite source of limitless potential. That I can request that and transmit that to each and every one of you that is hearing these words right now. And in whatever way that you can allow yourself to receive it, receive it. So the next thing is then to request it. Step back from the little mind and then request, what is the feeling of love? Let me receive a feeling of joy. Let me receive a feeling of peace. And it starts to happen. But you have to learn to get detached from the little mind. You have to learn to do that. And it's not as difficult as you think. Even when they first started speaking, I still have swings of emotion, right? And then I remember the first time Master Jesus said, his metaphor when he talked about calming the seas, he said it was about It's a metaphor for recognizing that when your mind is in turmoil, it's like the Sea of Galilee is all up in turmoil and it's moving around. He says, and when you say to the mind, be still, I am with you. You speak to your mind like that when it's depressed, when it's anxious, when it's afraid, when it's nervous. You say, be still, I am with you. And you can speak that way to your mind. And he says, that will calm your mind down. So I started applying that. And lo and behold, within a couple of weeks, anytime any of those emotions come out, I said, be still, I am with you. And it would just calm down. Now it's just calm. And you learn to do this. They will teach you. We've had Master Jesus come and teach in the class. We've had Master Buddha. We've had many beings come to the master classes. Sign up, get involved, and learn the process. You did not come here to suffer. You came here to create. If you want a more intense and immediate experience, go and book a reading with me. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Book a reading with me. You can choose from my calendar, date and time. A private one-on-one session is a profound experience that will connect you to information that you didn't even know existed. You'll learn things about yourself that you yourself didn't even know because your little mind prevents you from knowing how incredible you are, how vast your potential. Your little mind keeps you away from believing that. And you're not your little mind. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. You're not that body. You use those three as instruments of creation. Thank you for the question, by the way. Hello from Northern Ireland. Why, good to see you, Ireland. Hello from South Africa again. Wonderful. Hello, I was wondering if my guides have any message for me. Thank you. They're showing me a drum. If you have access to a drum, you need to take a drum and go into the frequency of the sound that the drum emits. We are not speaking about a drum that is a machine. We're speaking about a physical drum made of organic substances through which, if you listen carefully, not to the physical sound that the drum will make, but the vibration imparted to you from that substance of the drum. It's be very valuable for you to listen carefully to the spirit of that energy. For you today, that will be very, very beneficial. Wow, thank you so much. Question from Ingest. Any advice on decreasing my oral fixation, please? Thank you, William and the Ascended. That's a really great question. Thank you very much for the super chat. Right now, take a slow, deep breath. Take a slow, deep breath. Relax your body. I know. Relax your body. Give your body permission to relax. You give your body permission to relax when you exhale. And just keep breathing slow and deep. And with each exhale, deliberately give your body permission to relax. It's designed to follow your instructions. Give it permission to relax. As it relaxes, become aware of the whole space that your body occupies. Just feel the entire space that your body occupies. As you sense the space that your entire body occupies, communicate these thoughts to your entire body. Let every cell, every nerve, every organ, every gland in your body hear these thoughts from you. I am grateful that you are with me. I am grateful that I can experience this world through you. Allow the body to feel those thoughts. Now move your attention to the emotion that's connected to the oral fixation. Become aware of the emotion that's connected to your oral fixation. And recognize where in the body is that emotion. Where is the emotion in your body? And what is the emotion? You need to decide what it is. Is it anxiety? Is it fear? Is it pleasure? Is it desire? What is the emotion connected to the oral fixation? Recognize where it lives in your body. I don't need to know that, but you know where that is. As you become aware of the emotion there, communicate this thought to that emotion. Communicate this thought, this sequence of thoughts to that emotion. No matter what you have thought or felt or believed about me, I love you. And no matter what I've thought or felt or believed about you, I love you. Let the emotion feel those thoughts from you. No matter what you've thought or felt or believed about me, I love you. No matter what I've thought or felt or believed about you, I love you. Communicate that to the emotion and be aware of how the emotion changes. Now, take your two hands and clench them like this. Bring your two hands together like this. Squeeze the hands together like this. And think this thought: I love these hands. 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 They are as beautiful as my mouth. I love these hands. I love these hands. I love these hands. They are as beautiful as my mouth. And then go through every part of your body, speaking those same words. I love this head. I love this head. I love this head as much as I love my mouth. And go through every part of the body, your heart, your lungs, your kidneys. I love this heart. I love this heart. I love this heart as much as I love my mouth. And go through every part of your body. It's going to take you about 20 minutes to do that, but keep doing that. Right? And tomorrow, when we go over here. On Saturday, tomorrow, when we come live, come back on and share your experience, Ingest. There's another super chat from Max. Thank you for the super chat, Max. Would continuing my journey to enlightenment, to enlighten other beings, be in accordance to my highest divine purpose and aid in the soul evolution? Absolutely, Max. Absolutely. Sign up for our masterclass, and you will take a shortcut to your process of your spiritual manifestation. What is your purpose? A lot of people are trying to find their purpose, and they're not because they don't want to. People aren't finding their purpose because they're stuck in what the little mind knows and thinks and believes, what the world has taught you to think is true about you. And when you can step out of that little mind, infinite possibilities can be available to you. So yes, it's through your function of love that the revelation of the function of your purpose will be revealed to you. Your purpose will be revealed to you through the function of your love. When you function from love, your purpose will be revealed to you. Its function, the way it's actually going to be in the world. That's what they're telling me. Thank you, Max. Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong with you. You have been trained. You've been trained. Most of what you think, most of what you believe, most of what you know has been given to you. What the Ascended said a little earlier, that if you step back into observational awareness and ask the question, where did all my thoughts come from? Where did all my thoughts come from? Where did they originate? Where do you learn the alphabet? Where do you learn your name? When you go into observational awareness, you have the position then to evaluate. Even observational awareness about why you smoke. I was a 30-year smoker. I smoked for 30 years. And I stopped because of an epiphany, realization that the urge to do something, in that case, smoking, the same was true for drinking when I drank. But the urge to smoke, I had an epiphany one day when I wonder why I smoke. I just asked a simple question. And I didn't even realize I was being guided at that time. And I asked a simple question. Why am I smoking? And what's this urge for the cigarette? And a voice said, the urge has nothing to do with the cigarette. It is something within you trying to emerge. And when I had that epiphany, that moment, I realized, whoa, this energy filled my body from that feeling of recognizing the urge. I dropped the cigarette. Didn't even light it. I put it down. And the word writing came into my mind. And I started writing. And over the next 3 weeks, I lost all desire for smoking. Because the urge was something in me trying to emerge. In this case, my desire to write had been suppressed. I got punished a lot for drawing and coloring on the walls as a kid. Right? So an urge is often because there's something in you trying to emerge, but you've been trained by the environment that if something doesn't feel good, you can find something in the world that makes you feel good. A drug, a pill, a sugar, something there is sex. Something out there will make me feel good because something in here is uncomfortable. And what's uncomfortable inside you is that there's something inside you that needs to come out as an expression of your being. And your little mind keeps you tricked into believing that what you need is going to only come from the world. But everything within you is what you need. Anything within your soul that your mind cannot give you. Our 102 masterclass on liberation walks you through step by step how to recognize your thoughts, how to recognize your emotions, how to interact with your thoughts and emotions differently than you are right now. Because the way you're interacting with your thoughts and your emotions in your body is what's keeping you in the little mind, because you're in the loop, right? You want to get out of the loop. In 102 masterclass, you will get broken out of that loop and you realize, oh, wow, I'm not my thoughts. But for that person that asked, the other person's talking about oral fixations, the urge for anything is something in you that needs to emerge. You need to understand what that is. When you feel that urge stop, what is this? How does this urge want to express? What is that within me that wants to emerge as an expression? Because it's been trapped in there for a long time. That's why it's uncomfortable. So when it's uncomfortable, you find something to make you feel good. Because you don't want to feel the discomfort of that part inside you that's saying, I want out. I want to be free. I want to express who I really am. I want to be what I came here to be. I want to do what I came here to do. Right? So you have to learn to make that distinction in your consciousness. Right? I know. Carry on. Carry on. Right now, we're in the middle of our 103 masterclass, which is on creation, where you actually learn how to utilize your energy for process of creation. Because your emotions, whether you know or not, every emotion you have is creating every event in your life. Every emotion is creating the events in your life. And most of the emotions you feel aren't even yours. You were given by your television. You were given them by the way people spoke to you. You are not your emotions. Your emotions are qualities of energy that you hold. And you learn that in the function of creation, that your emotions, when you can reorganize and repurpose emotional energy, you can create a whole new life because you'll have new energy. Your emotions cannot be created or destroyed. They can be changed from one state to another. Emotions cannot be created or destroyed. They can be changed from one state to another. We've seen it many times where you have people come to class and they're feeling so dread and they're in a really terrible state. And we walk them through a couple of simple things. And all of a sudden they're going, wow. All they did was learn how to change the energy from one state to another, much the same way as you can change this water into ice by putting it in the freezer. The vibration of the freezer turns the water into ice. Doesn't matter what the water thinks. I'm water. I'm going to stay like water. Yeah? I'm going to put you in a freezer. You're going to become something else. Your emotions are the same. Whether you're in anger or depression or sadness or fear, your emotions are like that glass of water. That when you, as the observational awareness, can interact differently, energetically with those emotions, you'll change them from one state to another. Isn't that simple? Real simple. I was so grateful to receive all this information from them. Someone's asking, can I ask Mary and Jesus specific message for me? Yeah. Yes. They're saying the function of prayer for you must not be misunderstood or underestimated. The function of prayer for you must not be underestimated or misunderstood. That get very clear on the resolution that you are seeking. And the feeling of that resolution, the feeling of the resolution is more important in the element of prayer. The function of prayer was designed initially to teach the disciples, the students, to bring their attention very clearly and decisively to qualities of being that could then be outpictured in the world around them. So the outcome that you're seeking in your life right now is very, very important, that you connect to the energy that it is done. It is completed. It is done. And how does that feel if it is done? For once you garner emotional energy into a function, your prayer will be established in the flesh. Your prayer will be established in the flesh. Yeah. So somebody's asking, how can I be channeling these beings? It doesn't sound like these beings did in the Bible. Let me tell you a little bit about mediumship, because you need to know this. When they come through me, they have access to the information and knowledge that I have in my little mind. And I have access to all the information that they have, and I let that to flow through. I don't question it. I allow it. So they use this physical body, which has, and oftentimes, sometimes I even find the voice will change occasionally when they're channeling through me. But generally speaking, they're using this body with my consent. I'm actually with them. I'm just not in the way. I'm not standing in the way. And the information comes through that they put through, and they'll tap into information and knowledge that I have to articulate information that's understandable to us in this time space. That our knowledge and information isn't based in the way that their language was structured. So it has to be reformatted into the information that exists today. And they tell me that I just happen to have had enough information, knowledge, and study for them to be able to do that effectively through this form, right? And a lot of mediums will say the same thing, that when they're bringing information through, the information comes through, but it'll come through according to a range of different things. The better you get at allowing information to flow through, the less they need to do that, the more it just flows through purely from them. Mediumship is a skill that you have to learn and develop. It's a skill that has to be learned and developed. It really, really is. Just like walking is a skill you had to learn. Writing is a skill. Putting on your clothes is a skill that you had to learn. And mediumship is no different. Being a psychiatrist or a doctor or a lawyer, those are skills that had to be learned over time. When a doctor or a lawyer is first going to school, they're not a doctor or a lawyer, they're in the process. And then even after they graduate from their program, they start to practice, they go through a whole other learning curve. Don't be afraid of mediumship, but do be mindful of the fact that mediumship, you want to raise your energy up. You want to keep your energy more towards love than fear. You want to stay in a place where you're in a state of grace and gratitude, so that you resonate or vibrate on those frequencies of information. If you're angry and frustrated, which we're seeing a lot of people getting possessed by negative entities because they get connected to frustration and fear, and then these entities love that. These dark ones are literally hijacking people's bodies and people's minds because they let themselves get low vibrational. You want to raise the vibration of your body. You want to raise the vibration of your mind, and you'll learn how to do that. We also have a food component in our masterclass where you learn to eat differently. We give you recommended ways of eating and trying something different in your diet so that you can experience a change in your body's energy, because you want to raise the energy up. As Jesus says, raise the temple up, raise it up, rebuild it, right? That process becomes very important because you want the temple to be receptive to the divine, right? Not if you keep a messy home, chances are you got messy people coming around. You're hanging around messy people. Keep your house clean. You'll bring the spirit of that into your life. Yeah, congratulations, Ursula, 35 years sober. Yeah. Max is saying, I'm wanting to eat better. I'm currently going through the difficulty of eating things I shouldn't be. Is what you said to ingest 9 applying to me too? If not, should I know anything? Everything that they talk about through me applies to anyone that it resonates with. If you hear something that resonates with you, it's important then. If it strikes a chord in you and you go, wow, that's for you. And I don't know who this information that they channel through me is going to reach. I just know now that it gets to the people that are in harmony with it. And as far as proper foods, yes, everyone's body is different. Your body chemistry is different because the thoughts, the memories, the emotions you have, for one thing, affect your biochemistry. And then what you cultivate in terms of your evolution of awareness, of awakening, changes what your body will need. There are people on this planet that need to eat meat. There are people on this planet that need to be vegan. There are people on this planet that need to be omnivorous. But your body will never lie to you. Your body will never lie to you. So if you're eating right, your body will tell you. If you're giving it what it truly needs, it will be healthy and vibrant. I mean, there are people, Jordan, Michaela Peterson are really great advocates of the meeting thing. And I applaud them. I'm amazed, and I've watched their evolution. So clearly they recognize that their bodies have a different need and constitution than most other bodies. And they honor and respect that. And then there are other people that have to get off meat and they have to eat more live food. But your body will not lie to you. It's incapable. Your body is incapable of lying to you. Yes. So Max, please watch how your body reacts and responds. Again, come to the master classes. You'll learn all about this in the master class, raising your vibration of your body, how to transform and transmute your emotional qualities, how to make your body prepared to receive divine inspiration from your guides, your angels, your ascended masters, how to connect to your loved ones who are not in a physical form, but they exist. Just because your body ceases to exist does not mean you leave existence. You just are not in a plane of the physical dimension. And science has not developed enough technologically to perceive these other realms. They're beginning to. Look what happened down in Florida. There are dimensional rifts that are beginning to open because of the ascension movement that's happening. The amount of energy coming to this planet is phenomenal. People have no idea what's going on in terms of ascension, right? But yeah, you want to be very mindful about that, Max. Pay attention to your body. It will not lie to you. Okay, first of all, if you're going to be, goodbye. Sorry. I will not directly message you. I need to say this because it's happening. I will never directly message you or try to solicit readings, money, or cryptocurrency or anything from you directly. I will not do that. If you want to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website. You want to take one of our classes, you can do so for our website. Often I will remind you, want to book a reading, join a masterclass, you can do so through the website. It's there for you. Use the TikTok link use the Linktree link in my TikTok bio. But I will not directly message you because there are people that are directly messaging you to give you readings and stuff. And pretending to be me. There's lots of people pretending to be me, and that's okay. Flattery is a compliment, I guess. But you want to be mindful of that. I will not ever directly message you for money or readings or to tell you to take the class. I will never directly message you that way. I will always say go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, or use the Linktree link for readings or master classes. But yeah, don't do that. Thank you. I'm just going to delete that comment. There we go. Just scrolling through here. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi there. TikTok family. How are we doing today? Where are we from out there? Where are you guys from? You know, I don't often get a chance to, because I'm just letting information flow through to you guys. But where are you from? Let me know. Show me some love. Show me some likes and subscribes. Put this information out to more people. Share it with others. At least one other person right now. Share this live event. I'll stay on for about another 20 or 30 minutes with you guys. If you like that, I'll stay on for another 20, 30 minutes. But give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a subscription, share the video. I think I got a survey form on my page now. You can fill out the survey form if you want to know more about the courses, classes, and other things. Someone's saying, what kind of scum person takes advantage of gullible and desperate people? Terrible people do that. Terrible people will take advantage of people. And those people that you're speaking of, by the way, are your politicians, many of your world leaders, many of your so-called health professionals. And obviously, you've been hurt and harmed by somebody. I'm really sorry that happened to you. It's really unfortunate that somebody's taken advantage of you. And I've had many people I've had people actually come out and reach out to me where people have been pretending to be me. And they use my pictures and they use things from my website. And I've had people had money stolen from them. I have people that have had cryptocurrency taken from them. And they finally meet me and they go, oh my gosh, I had no idea it wasn't you. Right? No, and I say to them, report to the authorities, report to your local authorities, CSIS, FBI, RCMP, report these people that are trying to extract money from you. We won't do that. You're free to accept this information. As I said, we have 4+ hours every week of free time that we give every single week. So if you want to believe that I'm sorry that you went through that. Somebody's obviously hurt you very, right? I understand that. But that's a good question. Politicians. That's a great question. Those are the most gullible people, politicians. Here, let's get this. There we go. Is Uncle Tommy okay? Yes, he is. He is. He's yelling out, play ball. Play ball. He's yelling that out. Play ball. He's yelling out really loud. Play ball. Play ball. I think that's happened like 3 times in the last 2 years. Somebody's come through and referred to a baseball metaphor. So whatever that means to you, please let us know what that is to you. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Message from mom or dad. One of my subscribers. Hi, Joy. How you doing? Thank you for the rose, Joy. I'm still learning about, just for those of you, my TikTok followers, my TikTok subscribers, I'm still learning about what the meaning of all these wonderful things that pop up, the birds and the cowboy hats and the hearts. I'm still getting familiar with the way in which TikTok works. And so be patient with me. But yeah, let me see here. They love being around you. Like they love to be around you. Like we love to be around you. Yes. They continue to watch over you. You're getting ready to make a change that they're very happy about. They're saying not to concern yourself too much with what's going to happen with the change because it's the right thing. Don't be uncertain about it. They're saying don't be uncertain about the change. Trust your gut on this. Trust what you know about this change that you're about to initiate. I'm really happy for you. They're showing me a rose. They're showing me this beautiful red rose just suddenly opening up like this. So I'm really excited about whatever that project is for you, whatever that new idea that you're conceiving into your life. It's gonna be fun. Thank you so much. Let the games begin. Yes. Do my guides have a message about how I can best serve others through my gifts? Yeah, yes. Okay. They're saying that you need to stop going back and forth between your fears and something else. They see you keep running into the little mind. They say you keep going back into trying to figure things out from what you know. They say you have to tell her to get out of this. Get out of this. Get out of this. Get out of your mind. Be as love would be. Think as love would think. Do as love would do. This is the simplest way for you to think as love would think, to be as love would be, to do as love would do. But understand that the meaning of love in your mind is very different than the actual meaning of love as a function of your consciousness, of your soul. The meaning of love in many of your minds is very confusing. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, Joy. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I really appreciate it. And again, to all my TikTok and YouTube subscribers, I do the best I can to get as much information out that I can in the time that we have here. Baja is asking, any message from my grandma on my mom's side for me? She's showing me this dusty path. There's tall grass. There's tall grass and this dusty path. And you're walking down it and she's with you. It's taking you to some water that overlooks these hills. She's saying, in the quietness of this place, I will speak to you directly. Let me show you what you need to do. But I will show you if you let me. In the silence, I can show you. So that place, it's a beautiful place, by the way. But it's yeah, you know the place. But wherever that place is, go there to that water and sit by that water's edge and connect with her and allow yourself to be open and receptive to what she's going to give you there and then. Right? She says she's been with you for a long time. You have a difficult time listening, as many of you do. Right? They tell me that all the time. People can hear us, but they don't know how to hear us because they're in their little mind. Thank you, Drusilla. Really appreciate that. Hi, Lauren. Good to see you too, darling. Hi, guys. So if I put my finger on too long, there we go. Yeah. So for those of you that are dealing with side effects, those of you dealing with side effects from the you know what, there's a substance called zeolite. You want to get that stuff. It's called zeolite. You want to get that. That will help pull a lot of heavy metals out of the body. Also, you want to start eating very high vibrational food, because contrary to what you've been told, even though this technology that was employed, technology that was employed, your consciousness can transcend the effects of what's done to your body. Yes, Master Jesus is saying to me right now, as I could raise the body from the dead, you can raise your body from it also. You must understand this, that you are greater than the words and the threats of men. You are greater than these things, all of them. So you may resurrect where they believe they have killed you. You may resurrect your body. He says that diet and other things are very important as well, like what you do physically. You keep your body high vibrational. You keep your energy up. What are you doing with your body? How are you eating? Very important things to consider. Rebbe's asking, any message from my father? Yeah, he's saying stop feeling sorry for yourself. You're so much better. So much more I want for you. So much more I want to bring you to. Stand taller. He's saying stand taller. Stand taller. No pity parties. He said no pity parties. No more of those. Stop it. Someone asking, should I go out and try to find my father, or rather leave it as it is? Thank you very much. First words that came to my mind as the question was being read is, let sleeping dogs lay. Let sleeping dogs lay. Right? I'm told to tell you the time will come when you need to connect with your father. The time will come, but it will happen in the right hour, in the right minute, in the right day. Cool. I like that. Where are we going? Thank you so much for those likes, folks. Appreciate them. Yes, we got there. Was my husband's idea to trick me and go to his ex-wife? Is that why he is pushing me away? Okay, if you could rephrase the question, but what I'm getting is, yes, you have to release all your fear, and you have to ask him that question. You have to ask him that question, but not from a place of accusation. Ask him the question. I'm concerned. I tell him the truth. I feel like I'm being pushed away. Am I correct? Tell him the truth. You need to tell him the truth in a question. Am I right in thinking you are pushing me away? Ask him that question. Right? But I also want to tell you that no matter how it appears, you are in the process of creating something better. Both of you are in the process of creating something better. You're in that process, whether you know it or not. Even though it doesn't feel that way, you're actually in the process of creating something better. Oh, you're very welcome. Can I tune into your dad, Mark? I tune into his energy and I get a joke from him. And the joke is, what's black and white and red all over? And he says, you know what the answer to that? It's a joke. He used to tell you, black and white and red all over, a newspaper. He wants you to hear that joke. It's black and white and red all over, newspaper for that. Is my friend Heidi okay, or does she need to be rescued from her boyfriend? Wow. There's some concern there, yes. But be very careful how you approach this. There is, right now, like she's torn between what she wants and needs and what she's actually getting, because she sees something inside him that's there. But I get when I tune into him, I'm not getting a very good energy from the man that she's with, right? So you want to ask her a question, ask her real questions. You'll know. But tell her there's always, let her know that you're there for her. Let her know you're there for her in a heartbeat, right? Let her know. Someone said he was for 2 days to me, and the cop stopped him, and he didn't say why. I'm not sure. Thank you so much. He can't travel, no way, without removing that stop from the passport. He doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, let it go. Hi, my son passed recently. Is there a message? Yeah, there is actually. Again, I'm seeing a young boy. I'm seeing a young boy, curly hair, very dark. He's coming close to you, like he's coming close to you right now. There's these tears of joy, but he says, don't cry. I'm not lost to you. I'm not lost to you. I'm with you. I didn't know any better, Mom. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I never meant this. I didn't know. I love you so, so, so much. Like this energy, like pouring you like so much, like it's this unstoppable beam of white light, like just coming right at you from him. And let yourself receive that. Feel the spirit of his presence with you right now. Feel the presence of his spirit with you right now. Just because the body doesn't exist doesn't mean they're gone from existence. They're just not in a physical plane of perception. When the body ceases to exist, you don't have the vehicle to communicate directly on the physical dimension through voice or touch in the same fashion that the body does. But he's with you right now. Let yourself really feel his presence with you right now. Right? Yeah. Yeah. You may want to consider booking a one-on-one with me and go into some real deep connectivity with your son. You might want to consider that. I think it will be very beneficial for you, and he wants you to feel the full force of his love. He wants you to feel the full force of his love so that you no longer have to feel the pain that he never meant to cause you, right? He didn't realize, yeah. He really wants you to feel the full force of his love so that you will no longer feel the pain. Because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not. Anyway, very good. Someone's asking, is there a correct way to put up boundaries with a narcissist? My child's father is very disrespectful. Well, if he's very disrespectful, then he's obviously in need of something that he believes he's not getting. Equally so, he's not listening either. But in your mind's eye, do this for a week. Do this for 1 week. I got this to give you right now, okay? For 1 week, every time you're thinking about your husband, just think, love. I extend my love to you. Just that thought, I extend my love to you. For 1 week, anytime he comes to your mind, just think, I extend my love to you. Don't do anything over it, but just as an experiment for you to see and bear witness to the function of love that doesn't have to be done through the word. But every time you think of him, just go to that place. I extend my love to you. Only that for 1 week. And then at the end of that week, which will be next Friday, come back on and share with us what unfolded for you, what experiences happened, how his function changed, because it will. When you change your energy, it organizes your experiences around you. When you change your emotions, You change the function of life around you, literally. Not only in your own biology changes when you change emotions, but the world around you begins to change because your emotions are what create your experiences, right? Thank you so much for that. What are the benefits of a very clean, nice, organized home? Well, you keep the space energetically clear, and it sends a signal neurologically back to your brain that things are organized and in their place. And a part of your mind feels clean spontaneously. That's just what happens. What you surround yourself with conditions your mind. What you surround yourself with sends a message to your mind. If you're around nature, your body and brain get a different message. If you're around a cluttered home, your brain and body get a different message. But it's a very beneficial thing. In Feng Shui, they have a beautiful practice for how to structure everything in your home so that it works energetically with your soul. But you want to, if your house is clean, clean your mind too. If you keep a clean house, you must have a clean mind, right? Keep your mind clean as well. But that's usually what it denotes. A clean house, a clean mind, a clean mind, a clean house. That's it. I get that. Yes. My best friend was unalived. That's a great term. I actually like that term, unalived. Is there any message from him? He says, I've never heard this, but he's actually coming into an existing incarnation to be your friend again, not too far down the road, about 6 months' time. You're going to meet a new friend. An aspect of him will be a fractal of him. Because if you understand the quantum field, you understand we can be fractals of each other. But that's what's you're going to experience in about 6 months' time. That new friend will have a fractal of him in there. You'll be new best friends. Oh, you're very welcome. You're welcome, guys. I'm going to take one more question here. William, look, I have tried to speak to my husband. He doesn't tell me anything. He has secrets and plays. What I'm hearing you when I tap into his energy field, again, yes. I'm being told to be very careful about what I say here. They're telling me to be very careful about what I say here to you, as there's a very delicate balance in place that's maintained. And it's important, again, that if you choose to have fear in your heart, you will have fear in your world. It will be outpictured as the experiences of people, events, and circumstances that surround you. It becomes very important then for each of you to learn how to shift and change your thinking mind, your little mind, and the nature and the qualities of the emotions that you harbor in that mind and body, as these are directly what allow the energy of your being to manifest the creations that you observe as the experience of your life. Release yourself from suspicion and fear and allow your love to be the dominant. Allow your love to be the dominant energy that you will live and govern your thoughts and your actions by. And you shall bear witness to love's birth around you and within you. I want to say thank you to everybody today for coming out, for your support, your questions. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 10 a.m., where we will do our short meditation and discussion on why meditation is so important. And I'm told that Archangel Michael will be with us tomorrow. So I'll be looking forward to that. Have yourselves a joyful day. I will see each and every one of you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on my TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook channels. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.